Bangkok, 1:43 a.m. The city breathed secrets in the dark. A storm was coming, not in the skies, but in the underground. In the heart of it sat JENLISA, the kind of woman legends were whispered about. Not just powerful, untouchable. They called her the Black Mamba, not because she killed without mercy, though she did, not because she built a billion-dollar empire from blood and bullets, though she had, but because, like the snake, her beauty deceived, her silence killed, and once you looked into her eyes, you never looked away. She sat in her private lounge, inside Club Venom, one leg crossed over the other, dressed in tailored black, with diamond earrings that sparkled like a lie. Her jawline was sharp, her eyes were sharp, and tonight she was bored until the new girl walked in. Jenny Kim had no idea she was being watched. She adjusted the strap of her tiny black dress, clutching a purse that held nothing but her lipstick, a fake ID, and a photo of a man with a scar under his left eye. She came here for answers, but she found a pair of piercing feline eyes across the room, undressing her soul like it was a game. Lisa leaned toward her right-hand man, Gino, voice cool. Who is she? Unknown. Not on the guest list. Want me to remove her? No. Lisa tilted her head, smirked. I want her close. Jenny didn't mean to lock eyes with the most dangerous woman in Bangkok, but she couldn't look away. There was something about her, like shadows wrapped in velvet, and when Lisa walked across the room toward her, every step slow and deliberate, the music seemed to hush, and so did Jenny's heartbeat. Lost? Lisa asked, voice smooth. No, Jenny replied, lying. Then why are you here? Jenny blinked. She didn't have an answer ready. Lisa smiled, a dangerous, amused curl of lips. Come upstairs with me. Jenny should have said no, but something in Lisa's eyes told her this woman didn't ask things twice. So she followed. Jenny followed her, not because she was naive, not because she trusted her, but because something in Lisa's eyes said, you'll never forget this night. They reached the top floor of the club. VIP restricted. No cameras, no windows, no laws. A sleek hallway led to double black doors. Lisa opened them without looking back. Inside, the suite was soaked in shadows and soft light, velvet furniture, a bar stocked with gold label bottles, a gun lying casually on the coffee table next to a crystal ashtray with lipstick-stained cigars. Jenny took one cautious step inside. Are you going to kill me? She asked. Lisa poured herself a drink, not even turning. Not tonight. The way she said it, low, careless, like murder, was just another item on her to-do list, made Jenny's throat go dry. Lisa finally turned to face her. Her suit jacket was off now, revealing a silk blouse tucked into high-waisted pants, a gun holster strapped under her arm. Drink? I don't drink with strangers. Good, Lisa said. I don't stay strangers for long. Jenny sat down, her legs crossed tightly, posture perfect. She didn't belong here. She knew it, but she couldn't show fear. Not now. Lisa poured her a drink anyway and slid it across the table. You don't wear perfume, Lisa noted. Jenny blinked. How would you know? Lisa smiled faintly. If you did, I wouldn't be able to smell your fear. Jenny bit the inside of her cheek. She'd grown up in a world of lawyers, country clubs, clean reputations, but she was here now, in the den of the devil herself, because her sister had disappeared 2 months ago, last seen near this club. Last known contact. A man named Marco Cho. Scar under his left eye. Lisa's rival. Jenny's heart thudded as she reached into her purse and pulled out the folded photograph. Do you know this man? She asked. Lisa didn't look at it. Her jaw stiffened. You ask a lot of questions for someone I could break into. Jenny lifted her chin. And you deflect a lot for someone with something to hide. The air between them turned dangerous. Then Lisa stepped forward, slow and controlled, and leaned down until their faces were inches apart. You don't know what world you've walked into, princess, but I promise you this. She brushed a strand of Jenny's hair behind her ear. Voice silk and steel. You won't walk out the same. Later that night, Jenny didn't know why she hadn't left. Maybe it was the thrill. Maybe it was the pain. Maybe it was Lisa's voice in her ear, the scent of her cologne, the way she carried herself like the world owed her silence. Lisa sat across from her now, drink in hand, legs spread like a king. Let's play a game, Lisa said. What kind of game? Truth or lie? Lisa leaned forward. Ask me something, I'll answer, but you have to guess if I'm lying. Jenny hesitated. Did you kill a man last week? Lisa's lips curled. Yes. Jenny stared. Truth. Lisa said nothing. Jenny asked again. Do you know Marco Cho? Lisa's eyes finally flickered. No. Jenny narrowed hers. Lie. Lisa smirked, but she didn't deny it. Elsewhere, a sniper watched from a rooftop nearby. Target is inside, with unknown female. Do we take the shot? Negative. Orders changed. The girl's the new leverage. The next morning, Jenny woke up in a room she didn't recognize. High ceilings, a chandelier shaped like thorns, black silk sheets, a mahogany vanity with gold detailing. Too clean, too quiet. Her dress was still on, her heels discarded at the foot of the bed. A gun sat on the nightstand beside her, loaded, polished, intimidating. She wasn't in a hotel. She was in a cage, a luxurious one, and Lisa had locked the door from the outside. What the hell? Jenny stood, pacing, trying the handle. Locked. The walls weren't just thick, they were soundproof, but the faint scent of leather and Lisa's perfume clung to the air. Expensive, unforgiving. Before she could scream, the door clicked open. Lisa stood there, black slacks, bare arms, hair tied back, cold coffee in hand. You slept in, she said flatly. You locked me in, Jenny snapped. Are you serious? Lisa walked past her like she hadn't said a word. She placed the coffee on the nightstand. Cream, no sugar. You look like the type. Jenny stared. You kidnapped me. I kept you alive. That silenced her for a moment. Lisa turned, gaze sharp. You're lucky. I don't like blood on my carpets. Jenny narrowed her eyes. If you wanted me dead, I would be. So what do you want from me? Lisa's voice dropped. Everything you know about Marco Cho. Flashback 2 months ago. Jenny's older sister, Jisoo, had been investigating an illegal arms trade for a private security firm. Quietly, fearlessly, stupidly, she went missing after tailing one man, Marco Cho. All roads led here to Lisa, but Jenny hadn't expected this woman to be so unpredictable, beautiful, dangerous, and worse, human. Back in the present, Lisa handed Jenny a file, thick, red-stamped, confidential. Inside were surveillance photos, names, faces she didn't know, and one name circled in black ink. Jisoo Kim. Jenny's breath stopped. You know her, she said, voice shaking. She was in my territory, asking too many questions. She's my sister. I know. Lisa turned away, running a hand through her hair. She was last seen at a warehouse Marco used. 2 nights later, it burned to the ground. You let her die. No, Lisa said softly. I tried to stop it. Jenny didn't know whether to believe her. Later that night, Lisa returned with dinner, lobster ravioli and wine. Jenny hadn't eaten all day, but refused to touch it. Not hungry, she muttered. Lisa walked over slowly, knelt by her, and tilted her chin up. You're in my world now, she whispered, and in my world, hunger is a weakness. So is pride. Jenny slapped her hand away. But Lisa didn't flinch. Instead, she stood and turned her back. Eat, or I'll feed you myself. Jenny's hands trembled. She picked up the fork. Lisa smirked, victorious, but only slightly. Meanwhile, a phone buzzed in Lisa's coat pocket. Text from Gino. Cho made a move. He knows the girl is with you. He's sending a message. Lisa didn't reply. Her jaw clenched, and for the first time in years, fear flickered in her eyes. Not for herself, for Jenny. Ending scene. That night, Jenny sat in the candlelit bathroom of Lisa's mansion, soaking in a tub bigger than her entire dorm room back home. She told herself she hated this woman, but when Lisa walked in without knocking, eyes scanning her skin, Jenny didn't cover herself. She just whispered, if you're going to kill me, why make me feel safe? Lisa knelt by the tub. Her fingers dipped into the water, slowly, purposefully, because I want you soft when I ruin you. 3:11 a.m. Jenny stood at the balcony of Lisa's estate, wearing one of her silk robes, black, oversized, still warm from her skin. The Bangkok skyline flickered in the distance, 1,000 city lights blinking like lies. She could hear the quiet click of leather boots behind her before the scent even hit smoke, danger, and something darkly addictive. Can't sleep? Lisa asked, voice low. Hard to sleep in a cage. Jenny replied without turning. Lisa didn't laugh. Instead, she stepped beside her, arms crossed, watching her. You could have left. Jenny blinked. You locked the doors. Lisa tilted her head. You could have screamed. I did. Lisa turned to her, gaze slow and heavy. And yet, you're still here. That silenced Jenny, because it was true. Inside the estate, the next morning, Gino intercepted Lisa in the hall. Cho's planning something. One of our ports was raided. He left this. He handed her a small velvet box. Inside, a diamond bracelet. Jenny's, Lisa's entire body stilled. How the hell did he get that? We're not sure. Lisa's fist closed around the box. Tighten every perimeter. I want eyes on the girl every second. Jenny's room later. Lisa stormed in like a thunderstorm. Jenny was mid-change, wearing a towel, startled. What the? Can you knock for once? Lisa grabbed her arm, inspecting her wrist. Where is it? What? Your bracelet. The one you wore at the club. Jenny blinked. I lost it. Lisa's jaw clenched, her eyes dark with fury. You think this is a game. You think you're still just playing detective. Jenny yanked her arm away. I didn't ask to be dragged into your war, and yet you walked into my club, looking for answers, thinking you could handle the heat. Lisa stepped closer, trapping her against the dresser. Tell me why you're really here, Jenny. To find my sister. Lisa's stare didn't waver. Her fingers ghosted over Jenny's collarbone, barely touching, but enough to freeze the breath in her lungs. And if I told you she was dead. Then I'd burn your world down with my bare hands. Silence. Then Lisa did something unexpected. She laughed, but it wasn't mocking. It was low, dark, dangerous. God, you're the worst mistake I ever decided to keep. And she kissed her hard, like it was punishment, like she hated how much she needed to. Jenny's towel dropped to the floor, but neither of them noticed the kiss that shouldn't have happened. Lisa pinned Jenny to the dresser, her hands rough on her hips, mouth bruising. Jenny moaned, biting back shame and desire. I hate you, Jenny whispered against her lips. You should, Lisa whispered back. But they didn't stop, because hate was safer than everything else they were starting to feel. And if desire was the weapon, then obsession was already the wound. After Lisa left the room wordlessly, slamming the door behind her, Jenny slid down to the floor, her fingers brushing her lips. She should have run, but all she could think was, why did it feel like goodbye? Elsewhere, Marco Cho lit a cigarette on a rooftop across the city. So the Queen has a pet now, he mused to the man beside him. Should we take her? Marco exhaled smoke into the moonlight. No, not yet. Let her fall in love with her. Then we gut her. Lisa had rules. No emotional attachments. No sleepovers. No falling asleep next to someone whose name she hadn't already buried in the dirt. And yet here she was pacing outside Jenny, Kim's locked room at 2 a.m., replaying the kiss like a weakness she couldn't scrub off her skin. Stupid, she muttered. Fucking stupid. She had kissed Jenny like she owned her, but it felt more like surrender. And Lisa never surrendered. Inside Jenny's room, Jenny didn't sleep either. She lay curled on the cold side of the bed, eyes open in the dark, robe loosely draped over her. Her fingers traced her lips, her neck, the bruise Lisa had left at the base of her throat. A claim disguised as a mistake. And the worst part, she wanted more. She didn't want Lisa's protection. She wanted her hands, her fire, her chaos. Jenny Kim wasn't just in too deep. She was drowning, mourning the garden. Lisa rarely showed her house during daylight, but that morning, she ordered breakfast in the courtyard, under tall palms and marble statues imported from Italy. Like this place was a kingdom, and she was the monarch. Jenny sat across from her, silent. The tension between them had changed. Not colder, just quieter. You regret it? Lisa asked suddenly. Jenny didn't look up from her tea. Do you? Lisa leaned back in her chair. No. Silence. Then neither do I. Lisa's knuckles twitched. Disruption. Just as Jenny reached for her spoon, another woman stepped into the courtyard. Tall red lips, tight black dress. You're up early, boss, she purred. Jenny froze. Lisa's entire face shifted stone. Unreadable. What are you doing here, Mina? Missed you. Figured I'd stop by. Who's the toy? Jenny stood without realizing it. Excuse me. Mina smirked. You look like dessert. Did she even tell you how she gets when she's bored? Jenny turned to Lisa. Is she telling the truth? Lisa didn't speak. She didn't deny it. Her jaw flexed. That was enough. Jenny stepped back. Wow, you're really good at pretending you care. Jenny, don't. She walked away, but not fast enough to hide the tremble in her voice. That night, confrontation. Jenny packed her things, or tried to. She didn't have much, just the dress she came in, Lisa's robe, and a heart full of shame. The door opened. Lisa stepped in. No guards, no command, just her. She meant nothing. Jenny didn't turn. I was a game too, right? No. Then what was that kiss? A mistake. Jenny froze. Lisa closed her eyes. But I'd make it again. And again. Even if it kills me. Silence, thick, painful. Then Lisa stepped forward. Took Jenny's hands. You asked me once if I wanted something from you. Jenny nodded silently. I want your silence. Your loyalty. Your fire. Why? Because I'm not afraid to kill for you, Jenny. And I'm not afraid to burn for you, she whispered. Lisa crushed their lips together again. But this time, it wasn't war. It was promise. Elsewhere, a trap is set. Marco leaned over a blueprint of Lisa's estate. She's in love with the girl, he said with a smirk. Then the girl's our bullet. His man nodded. What's the move? Simple. We steal her and make the queen come crawling. That night, for once, the mansion was quiet. No guns, no guards, no threats, just Lisa, stripped of armor, lying on her back in bed, in nothing but a black tank top, arms folded beneath her head, staring at the ceiling like it held all the answers she couldn't kill. And beside her, Jenny, wearing only Lisa's white dress shirt, sleeves rolled, collar wide. She curled under the sheets like she wasn't afraid anymore, like she belonged there. But neither of them spoke. Not yet. The space between heartbeats. Jenny turned to her, voice barely above a breath. Why me? Lisa blinked, still staring at the ceiling. You weren't scared. I was terrified. Lisa turned her head, eyes on Jenny now. Soft, bare. You didn't run. Jenny looked away. Maybe I wanted to. Lisa reached out. Her fingers brushed against Jenny's light, almost accidental. You should have. Jenny turned slowly, her eyes locking with hers. But I didn't, and something in both of them shattered quietly. First touch, not less need. Lisa leaned in, brushing her lips along Jenny's cheek, slow and reverent, like she was touching something holy for the first time in a life full of blood and sin. Jenny's hand found Lisa's wrist, not to stop her, but to feel her, to ground herself. Tell me to stop, Lisa whispered, mouth at her jawline. Don't you fucking dare. Jenny whispered back, breath shaky. Lisa kissed her then, deep, slow, and nothing like the last time. Not dominance, not punishment, but confession. Their bodies tangled slowly, clothes slipping off in silence. Lisa didn't rush. She mapped Jenny's skin like a woman, memorizing her last moment on earth. Fingers, mouth, heat, soft moans into silk pillows. No games, no orders, just need and letting go. When Lisa whispered, mine, against her collarbone, Jenny whispered, yours back. After, they lay there, skin damp, breath synced, neither wanting to speak. Lisa's arm was wrapped tightly around Jenny's waist, possessive even in sleep. Jenny's fingers drew soft circles on her chest, head resting there, and for the first time since Jenny had walked into her club, Lisa felt peace, which is how she knew it couldn't last. Across the city, the betrayal. Marco's phone buzzed. She's in. No guards tonight. They're distracted. Good girl, he smirked. Tell her to open the gates. The setup at 4:02 a.m. A car pulled into the estate. Unmarked, the security system went down for exactly 2 minutes, just enough time for someone to slip inside. Jenny didn't know it. Lisa didn't feel it, but death was already in the house. Dawn. Lisa stirred first. Her eyes opened. Jenny wasn't in bed. She sat up instantly, heart thudding. Jenny. No answer. She pulled on a shirt, grabbed the gun from under her mattress, and rushed down the hall barefoot. Jenny. Then she saw it. The open front door, the shattered glass, the blood, Jenny's necklace lying in the grass. Lisa dropped to her knees, heart crashing like thunder. No, she turned to Gino, who had just run in behind her. They took her, she said, voice shaking. They fucking took her. And for the first time since she took the throne of Bangkok's underworld, the queen screamed. Lisa didn't cry. Not when her mother died. Not when she took her first life. Not when her empire rose from the corpses of men who called her little girl. But this, Jenny, gone, taken, blood on the marble, necklace in the grass. This broke her, and now she was going to break the world. 6:04 a.m. Lisa's war room. Gino handed her the names of every person who entered the estate in the last 24 hours. Lisa didn't look up. Start with their families. Burn their homes. Make them confess. Lisa, do it. Her voice was so cold, it made the air itself still. And find Mina. If she had anything to do with this. Understood. Lisa stood slowly, cracking her knuckles, then pulled her gun from the safe. I'm going to kill Marco Cho, she said. Do you want him dead? Or do you want her back first? Lisa didn't hesitate. I want both. Meanwhile, Jenny. Darkness. She woke tied to a chair, wrists burning, lips split, dizzy from the hit that knocked her out. The room was concrete and cold, a single flickering light bulb above her head. Metal door. No windows. Her ankles were bound, mouth dry. Then the door opened. Marco, scar under his eye, smiling like a snake. Well, well, the queen's little weakness. Jenny lifted her chin, despite the blood, at the corner of her mouth. You won't win, sweetheart, he said, stepping closer. This isn't about winning. This is about hurting her. She'll kill you. I'm counting on it. But first, I want her to watch you scream. He took out his phone and aimed the camera at her face. Say something for Lisa. Jenny stared into the lens, bruised but unbroken. I'm not scared of you. Back to Lisa. Lisa watched the video in silence, Jenny's swollen face on screen, her voice shaking but defiant, and Lisa's grip tightened around the screen until it cracked. Where is he? She asked Gino. He's hiding in the old shipyard. But it's a trap. I know. Then why go? Because he thinks I'll come for revenge. But I'm coming for her. Flashback 1 month ago. Lisa had watched Jenny sleep once, not in a creepy way, just quietly, curiously. She'd traced her fingers across Jenny's back, memorizing the curve of her spine, the way she furrowed her brows in her dreams. Jenny had stirred, half asleep. You're staring, just wondering what I'd do if you ever disappeared. And Lisa had kissed her shoulder. Burn the city to the ground. Present, Lisa's final command. Lisa loaded her gun, clicked the safety off, tied her hair back. No bulletproof vest, no second thoughts. She looked at Gino. If I don't come back, you will kill everyone who ever touched her. Gino swallowed hard, nodded. Yes, boss. Final scene, approaching the trap. Lisa arrived at the shipyard, under the cover of smoke and silence. 15 men, automatic rifles, night vision. She didn't flinch, because none of them mattered. Only Jenny did. And as Lisa stalked toward the warehouse, blood in her mouth and fire in her lungs, her voice came out like death itself. You took what's mine. Now I take everything. The shipyard reeked of rust and blood. The moonlight cracked through broken windows like a spotlight on a stage, and at the center of it, all Lisa, gun in one hand, blade in the other, face blank, eyes black, a goddess of death, and she was hunting the warpath. The first guard didn't see her coming. One shot, right between the eyes. The second begged. She slit his throat. The third tried to run. She shot him in the back, twice, by the time she reached the main warehouse. 10 bodies lay in her wake. She wasn't even breathing hard. Inside, Jenny sat tied to the same chair, lips split, blood dried at the edge of her nose. But her spirit hadn't broken. Not for Marco, not for fear, just for Lisa. And when the doors exploded open, when smoke filled the room and gunshots rang like music, she knew Lisa had come. The reunion. Lisa stormed in, bloodied and fierce, hair wild, black tank soaked with gunpowder. She shot the last 2 guards before they could even speak. Then she saw Jenny. "You're late," Jenny whispered, voice trembling. Lisa dropped her gun, rushed to her, fell to her knees. "You're alive," she whispered, ripping the ropes from her wrists, cupping her face like it was glass. "I waited. I burned the world." Lisa kissed her, desperately, like breathing, like dying, and Jenny kissed back with blood on her lips and fire in her chest, because she didn't need saving. She just needed her. Marco's last mistake. From behind them, a slow clap echoed. Marco, bruised, grinning, gun aimed. "Beautiful. Shame it ends here." Lisa stood slowly. "You won't touch her. You can't stop me." He aimed at Jenny, then fired. 1 shot, but Lisa stepped in the way. Pain. The bullet ripped through her side. Lisa collapsed to her knees, blood soaking her shirt. "No," Jenny screamed, catching her. Marco lifted the gun again, but Jenny moved faster. Bang. 1 shot, right between the eyes. He dropped, dead. Jenny stood, shaking, holding Lisa's gun, her breath ragged, her body trembling, but her aim steady. After, Lisa lay in Jenny's lap, fingers gripping her hand, blood pouring fast. "Stay with me," Jenny whispered, crying now. "You don't get to leave." Lisa smiled faintly, wincing. "Told you I'd burn. You don't have to. Not alone." Epilogue. 3 months later, Lisa survived, barely, a new scar along her ribs, a slower gait, but her hands still ruled the city. And at night, they still touched like war, kissed like salvation, loved like they might never get another day. Jenny stood at the window of Lisa's bedroom now, wearing her favorite robe, sipping tea. Lisa walked up behind her, arms around her waist. "You're still here," Lisa whispered. "You're still mine," Jenny replied. And in that moment, scarred and rebuilt, dangerous and in love, they weren't queen and captive. They were equals, fire and fuel, unstoppable. The end.